What's the biggest thing that you help these owners? What's a needle moving thing that you do with the owners?
Leadership. I would say the number one trait of anyone that's successful in the world is leadership. So I'll give you a couple basics. Don't cuss in front of your employees. I mean, every now and then, not a big deal, but if you do it a bunch, your employees are going to do it in front of your customers. Don't smoke with your employees if you're a smoker, because smoking is considered hangout time. Don't ever drink with your employees. Ever, ever, ever. I don't care if it's a Christmas party, I don't know what it is. You're holding a ginger ale, you're holding a Sprite, you're holding a water. Don't drink with your employees. If you get tipsy once and they lose respect for you, it's over. Your employees follow you because of the discipline in your life. Discipline then leads to respect. Respect then leads to influence. Influence then leads to a change in behavior. Behavior then leads to a change in results. And I teach this like crazy. And I got to tell you, if you are not happy with results, it is because ultimately there's a level of discipline that's not being practiced in your life in front of your employees. You've got to be willing to be the CEO of your company, make the hard decisions no one else wants to make, period. And that means you don't get to talk bad in front of employees about other employees. They start saying bad stuff, even if the person's horrible. All right, guys, we're not going to talk about them behind their back. Just call it what it is and say, I'll have a discussion with them later. We don't gossip. We don't cuss in front of them. We don't drink in front of them. We don't smoke with them. Any of that stuff. You cannot have the appearance of evil in any form or fashion, or they will lose respect for you. They will not fall on the sword for you. They will not follow you. You do one to many. You don't do one to one. I'll tell somebody, hey, I need you to go tell everybody that we're changing pay plans. We're doing this and this. And they're nervous. So what do? They go to each person one by one, 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 by one. Instead of just getting them all in the room, hey guys, we're going to do this. We're going to crush it. I'm going to set up this new bonus plan, blah, 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 blah. And we'll be done in 8 minutes. Everybody's gone. And I said one thing to everybody. We all agree. What do? No, they can't do it that way. They freak out. They instead want to have one-on-one conversations. They say a different thing to each person. If you can't talk to 8 people, 8, I'm not talking like 100, 8, then you're not a leader. Now, I will also say you have to understand how leadership works below you. If you have multiple locations, which is the hardest game when you have these little pockets of 5 to 10 employees per location, those are even 5 to 20 employees, very hard. A weak leader can probably not handle more than 4 or 5 employees. Not even strong. A medium leader, 8 to 9 max. A really good leader, probably not more than 20. A stellar leader, I mean, sky's the limit. If you think about how this is all set up and how it's ran correctly, and you look at this from the big picture, zooming out, if I have a shop doing 2.5 million, and that shop nets me 500 grand a year, well, that's going to require a medium to decent leader. But if I get one shop that's making me $1 million a year and is doing 7 million in revenue, which I have one doing, that shop has to have a stellar leader. Well, you tell me, which one can I scale, though? The stellar leader, for everybody who's got multiple locations or employees, it's like finding a needle in a haystack. That guy or that girl is hard to find. I mean, hard. Like takes years to find that person who can manage 20 plus people. So if I can run a concept that's 5 to 8 people and I can get tons of leaders, that's the concept I'm going to build it around. So if I'm coaching all these shop owners and I'm going, holy cow, leadership's the number one issue with all of them. And leadership being an issue leads to they are afraid of confrontation. They have a lack of gusto to be able to go and have a hard conversation with an employee and hold them accountable. And I was like that until I got stolen from. And now I do it. But before I got stolen from, it was very hard for me. I think you as the owner have to be willing to be real with yourself and understand what you're expecting of somebody when you hire them. And if you know this person isn't the baller leader that you wanted, but yet the concept demands that, you need to get ahead of the situation and do something about it. If it needs a top shelf leader, it's 20 plus people. You're like, there's no more than 5 in the building at a time. yada, yada, yada. There's different shifts, etc. Sorry. You're never going to get stellar performance. I have literally seen businesses quadruple. Same marketing plan, same employees, just a different guy or different girl running it. That's it. That's it. Because big doors swing on tiny little hinges, and it's the little mistakes they're making all day that the manager's not correcting that compound into thousands lost per day. And so if I want to grow a concept that's really going to crush it, I have to have a leadership team that is dialed in and can handle confrontation and can maintain my systems the way I want and execute on it over and over. And then all I do is set each leader up with the correct amount of staff they can handle. And I'm good. That's it. And hopefully I can grow a person who's handling 10 up to be able to handle 20, but do not expect to do that in 2 or 3 years. That's a 5 to 10 year deal. People don't understand. A 20 employee leader is a needle in a haystack. And really think about that. If I put a haystack over here, Erik, how long would it take you to find that needle? I mean, a long time. So when people don't understand that and they look at their business, they're like, why isn't it working? Blah, blah, blah. I walk in, I meet some dude, stains on his shirt untucked, neck beard full out, gold chain exposed, looks like a slob. That's your leader? You know, ding, you know, get his dip and he's spitting everywhere. This is the guy? I don't even need to go any further. I can tell a baller when I meet him, and so can everybody listening here. Winners win every single time out of the gate. And so I'm looking for that winner. I'm looking for that baller. Leadership is it. So when I get up here and I coach, I have to get on stage and I have to talk to them in a way that I am improving them as owners, as leaders. And then they reproduce themselves by making the people below them better leaders. It's all in leadership.
I walked through your shops and I've seen the leaders that you have there. I've seen the way your probably least paid employee behaves, responds, takes care of things. It's absolutely unbelievable. So when people listening, when he's saying a leader of 20 people, he's talking about an extraordinary leader, not someone that can just get in front and talk to 20 people and tell them, this is what we're doing.
Make sure they're at work on time or something. That's not good enough.
Oh man, we could have gone on for a long time. I appreciate you coming on and giving the franchise world some love. So thanks again, man.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate you.
Thanks for listening to the Franchise Secrets podcast. Links to everything can be found over at franchisesecrets.com. And if you want my help with anything from starting your own franchise to growing your current franchise business, please visit scalablefranchise.com.